Hey everybody, welcome to the Vinyl channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boz. So I'm going to do another Mondays on my turntable. It's Monday morning. Mondays are a great day for me to pull a bunch of records out and go ahead and wash them and go ahead and play them. And what I do is I go ahead and show you all the records that I pulled out. So here is a picture of the records that I washed and that are ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you all the covers to all these records so you know exactly what I want to play today. So I'm also going to go ahead and show you some records that have come in the mail. Some recently, some not so recently, just stuff that I've gotten in the mail that haven't played yet or opened. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay everybody, so now we're moving over here to where I have all the covers. And over here are some records that came in the mail in the last month or so. Let's go ahead and take a look at these first. So the first one here, it's actually a used record. This is a Rankin Bass Presents Twas the Night Before Christmas, put out on a Disneyland labeled record. I do collect the Rankin Bass holiday special shows on vinyl. I think this is the 5th one that I've gotten. So I don't think there's too many left that I don't have. So some are rather hard to come by, some are easier. This one wasn't too bad to find, but I did want to go ahead and add it to my collection. But it's a real cool record. It has the entire story Twas the Night Before Christmas, as well as some of the music. Okay, and the next is Def Leppard Live Hits Vegas, live at Planet Hollywood. It's a triple LP set in translucent blue. I'm a big fan of Def Leppard, so I was very excited to get this. If you want to take a look at the track listing, it's right here. Very excited to get this, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And I've gotten a couple Walmart exclusives in the mail. This is interesting that Walmart just put this back out again. It was pretty cheap too. I think it was like $19.98 plus tax on the website, which is really cheap for this. This is the Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill on the exclusive clear, crystal clear vinyl. It's very funny because this came out a couple of years ago, and I actually missed getting this. And if you look at Discogs, you can even see people who have paid upwards to nearly $80 for this record on the secondary market. And here comes Walmart, and they decided to put it back out again. From what I understand, there is no difference between this version and the one that was put out a couple years ago. So it's hard to even say a first pressing or second pressing because there's not much difference between these two pressings. But anyways, I jumped on getting it because I wanted it. And take a look at the back of the cover. And so very cool. And this is very cool. This is actually an album that I don't have that I've been wanting to get. Queen, A Night at the Opera. So this was issued again as a Walmart exclusive on sky blue vinyl. So very cool. Down at the bottom, it's got a sticker saying it's half speed mastered. So this was relatively inexpensive considering what it is, and it was less than $25. So that's the back of it. So it's a very good Queen record, and I'm glad that I finally have a copy of it in my collection. Okay, and I have one more to show you. This here is a 7-inch record. This is The Dead Don't Die by Sturgill Simpson. This is actually from the movie. If you can read it here, original theme song from the motion picture The Dead Don't Die. So I really love this movie a lot. It's an amazing movie, and I went ahead and got the soundtrack to the movie, which is technically the score of the movie. And it's not uncommon for scores not to have popular songs like this in it. It did not have this song on it. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping that this song would be on the score or the soundtrack. It was not, so I went ahead and researched it, and they didn't put it on a separate 7-inch record. So I have it right here, so it's something very cool. And this is Sturgill Simpson, The Dead Don't Die. Okay, so let's move on to the records I'm going to play today. First one here is I Want Candy by the Strangeloves. This here is a reissue. It was reissued on a Candy Apple Red vinyl, limited to 1,000 pressings. So It's the original mono version of it. So very cool. I do like the Strangeloves, and it's a band from the 1960s, and so it's very cool. It was awesome to get this on this reissue. And let me go ahead and show you here what this candy apple red vinyl looks like. Okay, next we have a blues record. So this is pretty interesting. I'll tell you what happened. So about 2 days ago, we had a friend, actually a friend of my wife's, his mother had passed away and had a bunch of records that he didn't want. He was asking, he had heard around the neighborhood that I collect vinyl. So that's one good thing about letting your neighbors know, letting your friends know that around you that you collect vinyl, because who knows when someone's going to have records in their closet or their basement or their attic or their garage, anywhere that they're not going to want. And this is not the first time I've had a neighbor come up to me and offer me some vinyl records. But I went ahead and looked at the vinyl records he had, and he had some old country, which I'm not really interested that much in, but he did have some blues. He had a bunch of Chuck Berry, a couple of Fats Dominoes, some blues like this one here with Jimmy Reed. So I did pick up about 30 records from him. So I paid less than $1 a piece. So for all the records, and this is one of them. So I'm looking forward to playing this. And this is actually an original. This is not a reissue. This is an original. I think this is from 1962, I believe. So very cool record to have. And very cool that I picked it up for less than $1. And this here is another one he had. I was a little bit kind of excited when I first saw this, because I know that this is one of Chuck Berry's a little bit more rare records. So I thought I was going to get a really good deal. I still did get a good deal on it, but the original mono versions of this, which I think was released in, I'm trying to remember, maybe 1959, something like that. Those go for quite a bit of money, up to $75. But this is not one of those records. Now, all those earlier releases were all in mono. This is what appears to be a 1970s reissue. It was reissued on the Chess label. It's a stereo version. It's still not a cheap record. In mint shape, these go between $10 to $20 on Discogs or eBay. So, I'm not planning on reselling it. I'm planning on keeping it, but I'm going to play it and I'm going to enjoy it. So very cool. Okay, and this is a band from 1983. Well, the band came out in I think in the 1970s, but this is a 1983 record of theirs. Duke Jupiter, You Make It Look Easy. I think this is their 5th album. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm trying to go by memory. I just saw a bunch of their albums listed on Discogs, but I think this is their 5th album. But they're really, really good. They're a good hard rock band. They got some really good lyrics. They got some really good chops on the guitars and on the synthesizer. So it's really good stuff. So if you like the music from the early 80s, you really like this one. So Duke Jupiter, You Make It Look Easy. Okay, so this here is a nice one. So first of all, I'm going to show you the outside. This here is a Genesis concert recorded by the BBC. It is actually 2 different concerts. One from, I think it's from 1975 is the first concert on sides 1 and 2, which is Genesis with Peter Gabriel on the lead. And then there's a second concert on sides 3 and 4. That has Phil Collins on the lead, promoting the Abacab album. So let's go ahead and show you the records themselves. So here is what the records look like on the labels. So here's the first one here, and this here is the second one. So very cool. I'm a big fan of Genesis, and any opportunity I have to get anything by them, I usually jump on. Okay, the next one here is Mountain from 1971. So this here was a record that a seller from eBay actually threw in with another record that I bought online. I always like it whenever people throw in free stuff. Sometimes it's scratched up records. They use it as more as filler to keep the package from bending or breaking. And it's a scratched up record, so I don't keep those. But this one here, like I said, it was tossed in. The cover wasn't really good shape. The record was actually in fairly good shape. It's definitely not mint or near mint, but it was definitely VG plus, and it was I enjoyed listening to it. So this is Mountain Flowers of Evil, which is again, it came out in 1971. It has some songs that were brand new released on the A side, and on the B side, it has some of their older material done live. It's a pretty good record. Okay, the next here is Oingo Boingo, Good For Your Soul. This is a band that I actually do enjoy. It's a band from the 1980s, and this is a reissue. Remastered limited edition of 500 on clear and magenta splattered vinyl. Let me go ahead and show you what this vinyl looks like. It looks really, really cool. So I remembered I got this from Amazon not too long ago. They had it for some ridiculously low price, so I went ahead and got it. But I do like the band Oingo Boingo, so there you go. Okay, the next here is the Venturers NASA 25th Anniversary Space Observance Week commemorative album, limited edition. So this was sold at the Kennedy Space Center. It might have been sold elsewhere, but I do know that it was sold at the Kennedy Space Center back in the day. So this is the Venturers covering a bunch of themes from sci-fi. It's got Star Wars, Star Trek, Telstar, Close Encounters, that also sparked how that's pronounced from 2001, and other great sci-fi themes that they covered. So I'm really looking forward to hearing this. They actually released this on clear vinyl, and let me go ahead and show you what that clear vinyl looks like. So it's very cool. I do like the Venturers, and I'm looking forward to playing this. Okay, next we have Let's All Swing with the Chipmunks with David Seville and the Chipmunks. So this is a very early copy of a Chipmunks album. So this one, I think this one came out in 1959. If I'm wrong, I will put some text on the screen to let you know. This was an early release of this. First pressing. The first pressings were done on red translucent vinyl, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like here. But all subsequent pressings of this were done on black vinyl. So the very first pressings were done on the red translucent vinyl, but I'm a big fan of the Chipmunks, and so I got this from a record show about a year and a half ago, and I think I did play it once, but I want to play it again. So there we go. Let's All Sing with the Chipmunks. Okay, and this here is a very interesting record. So this here is a 2 LP set, ZZ Top live in Germany in 1980. I do believe this is a gray market bootleg. So, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. It's very good, actually. Let me go ahead and flip it over and show you the track listings so you can see what's on here. So this goes up to 1980, so it doesn't have stuff from like their 83 album. It doesn't have Sharp Dressed Man or Legs or any of those songs, but it's still a very good record. So again, this is a record that actually I played previously, so I can tell you this about it. For some reason, very strange, the first record, the first LP, was actually mastered and pressed at 45 RPM, and on the label itself it has no speed indicator. It doesn't tell you what speed it plays. So when I first put the needle on it, it played it slow. You know, it sounded weird. I realized that it was playing at the wrong speed, so I went ahead and changed it to 45 RPM, and everything was fine. I played both sides. It sounded great. So I left it on 45. I figured that's what the second album was going to be. So I put the second record on, and it sounded like the Chipmunks I just showed you a second ago. So I had to change that back to 33 RPM. So for some reason, the first record was mastered at 45 RPM, but the second record was mastered at 33 RPM. And I wish they had at least put a speed on the label, which they did not, so I had no indication of what was going on. So it was definitely an interesting time playing this. And last but not least is this is Van Halen Zero Demos. So this here is also a bootleg. It was issued on green vinyl. Let me go ahead and show you here what this green vinyl looks like. It was issued in all different colors, including red and blue, and other colors as well. But basically what this is, back in the day, Gene Simmons originally signed Van Halen back in 1976 and had them come into the studio and do some demo work, and that's what these songs are, okay? And so what happened was is that Gene Simmons got too busy to do anything with the demos. He decided that he didn't have time to produce the band like he needed to. So I don't even know if they had a contract. If they had a contract, he let them out of the contract. If there wasn't a contract, then he just sent them on their way. So, but these definitely are interesting songs here. And, but yeah. So this here is a bootleg Van Halen Zero Demos. All right, and that's all I have for you today. I do want to go ahead and thank all of you for joining me today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do so. Don't forget to go ahead and tap on that subscribe button and be sure to bash on that bell for notifications, and that way you know when I put up brand new videos, just like this one here. But again, I want to say thank you to everybody, and I'll see y'all next time.